Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Ritt. I'm an artist and a tarot reader, and today's reading feels as if we're tying up loose ends, which is a very interesting message. It feels as if we've maybe been through the ringer with something emotionally, several somethings. This is an incredible period of time in history that way. There is ample opportunity for feeling like we've been through the ringer. I'm getting that again here with Five of Cups. So this is an energy that speaks to loss. Cups are water. Water so often relates to emotion, emotional undercurrent, psychic knowing, intuitive knowing, and yeah, so there's a definite feeling of loss here. This is energy that we've come through. So yeah, and actually my attention is actually drawn to these birds here in this particular one, and so I am getting this message. This came up for me in a different reading actually, and I'm getting it here too. Maybe we've had to rise above whatever devastating situations were going on below, even as we were still feeling this acutely. Maybe there's some of this as well. So that's also kind of its own balancing act. And this person is focused on these cups that have spilled here, and they're not paying attention to what's behind them here. So these two cups speak to balance. Two is about balance. And so there is always that feeling in terms of grief and mourning of focusing in on the loss before we can get our balance back and shift our focus once again. But this is also an interesting message, again, that my eyes would be drawn here to these beautiful birds, because again, this just came up for me in a different reading, and I'm feeling it here. So interesting that the air element, with birds and sky, would also make its way into this watery energy. To me also, what that's speaking to is the intellectual awareness of deep undercurrent of emotions. So that's also about balance. And whatever we've lost, whatever we're feeling we've lost, I do feel that there's that continual message that maybe we've lost it in one incarnation, but it's not completely lost. So we have this energy on its head. This is Ace of Cups. It speaks to that feeling of spiritual fulfillment and wholeness and peace, inner peace. So there's definitely that feeling that the balance was upset, and something, whatever this something or some things was or were, it meant a lot to us. That's the feeling I get here. There's been some collective upset where, yeah, what I'm getting is it's almost that feeling that something was wrenched away from us, and something that felt like a source of peace and fulfillment and joy got overturned, and there was this feeling of loss. And again, maybe there's that intellectual knowing. We're able to process our emotions on a certain level, and we're even able to rise above. Again, I'm getting that here. And yet that never takes away from the realness of the emotions, and sometimes there's even a danger of distancing ourselves from what we're really feeling. So maybe there's some of that as well. But this is energy that we are in the process of, we've come through, and it's still very much around us. It's like very recent past. And in the present position, we have Knight of Swords. This is a very strategic energy. Swords are air, so they speak to our mind, our mental activities, how we strategize, how we plan, how we articulate our needs, all sorts of things. And that double-edged sword quality of the mind where we can really easily become our own worst enemy. That's a thing with the mind too, the way it plays tricks on us. The anxiety that comes with that, the fear-based thinking, that's all also within the territory of swords. So with Knight of Swords, this is a strategist, and Knights are motion, so strategy in motion, planning, putting out fires, that kind of thing. And he's paired with Seven of Swords reversed. Now this is interesting too, because the way it feels to me is that some of our plans, some of the ways in which maybe we're going about things, we're not necessarily wanting to broadcast them to other people. I think that's what this is about. This is kind of a sneaky energy, right? And that's not always a bad thing. I feel like here, it's kind of in progress, and there's a feeling of secrecy. There's just a feeling of keeping a lot of different things under wraps as we strategize, as we try to figure out. He's also facing toward this energy. And so I got that message right away, tying up loose ends, just this feeling of needing to tend to our needs and maybe also the needs of other people, but in such a way that's there's just something very private that I'm picking up on here. I also pulled an extra card, and so these two energies are also paired with High Priestess. And so what this tells me too is that our words and actions are aligned with a kind of knowing that really helps us out, because this energy is also very watery, and so it goes deep. And it's almost as if we're able to tap into that psychic and emotional undercurrent, and it would make our actions feel rather secretive, our words and actions. There's this feeling that, well, first of all, that we're in tune with what we're doing, because again, this feels like the kind of deep knowing, the kind of knowing that transcends linear knowing, that can really help us out from an emotional standpoint, from that intuitive place. So we're able to feel and intuit a lot, and also that informs whatever actions we are making, whatever plans, whatever taking care of business we're doing. It's important for us, and maybe we even instinctively know that it needs to be kept kind of under wraps or secret, And then going forward, we have the Empress, and she's reversed. And this is very fertile, creative energy. And the feeling I'm getting, and I know I've gotten this message before, it's almost like seeds in the ground, creative ideas, new things that are gonna be ripe for popping up, they're gonna be showing up for us. So we have this energy like this paired with the Magician. This is magical, transformative energy. And so between the two of these, it really does feel like if this were the seed in the ground, this would be the shoot of growth coming up. There's this feeling of manifestation. I feel like this is kind of prime manifesting energy anyway. So it feels as if we're going to be harvesting something for ourselves, realizing something that we've kind of already birthed. Because this is creative energy. This is pregnant with possibility kind of energy. She is also a mother figure. So there's that going on. And so it feels as if we've maybe already given birth to a lot of different ideas or concepts or what ifs. And we're going to be realizing some of those things that we've maybe already put forward, at least on an energy level. You know, these ideas have been in the ether. That's what I'm getting. And we're going to be realizing them in new ways, exciting new ways. So, yeah, again, I know I always say this, but this is a very interesting reading. And, you know, I can tell that our emotions are running deep right now. Yet that's coupled with a kind of adeptness at planning and organizing and making things work. That's very much what I'm getting between these two energies. That feeling of making things work to our advantage, but without the kind of force that maybe this energy on its own might exhibit, you know? So that's a really interesting aspect of this, you know? And then also just that exciting possibility of realizing things that we've wanted for a long time. And I know that this has been a recurring message for sure, but even the form that it's taking this time around, it just feels exciting. Magician is exciting energy. The way I'm intuiting this energy, it is also exciting to me. I love that she herself is it's as if she's a seed in the ground, and she's sprouting up through the magician. So that, to me, that means really exciting growth, exciting offshoots of growth. You know, it's kind of the gift that keeps on giving is what I'm getting. This is a lot of growth and transformation, and results is the way this reads to me. The way these two read to me is results that we will be able to see and feel and know for ourselves. And that is also really, really exciting. So yeah, to recap, we've for sure suffered losses, you know, even as I feel as if on a different level, we haven't lost what we think we've lost. But there's definitely that feeling of deep emotions, having to let go of things, at least in the form that we've gotten accustomed to seeing them in, having to let go of things, taking care of ourselves and maybe those around us too, you know, having to let go, but having to move forward and having to tend to our emotional needs. So yeah, so we've been having to do that, and then I feel as if we're about to be rewarded in some way by new energy showing up. And we've already planted the seeds that allow it to blossom, that allow these manifestations to really take shape and show themselves to us. And again, that's really exciting. So I hope that this has been helpful for you guys. I hope that you are having a lovely end of your weekend or beginning of your week, depending on when you watch this and what you're doing. And for those of you interested in supporting me and in supporting this channel, please check out my Patreon. The link is down below. And yeah, I hope that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you find some satisfaction and some joy in that. I hope that you're having a satisfying day. And yeah, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.